Hi, uh, I I want to shoot this short video uh, so that we can get to know a little bit more about the accounting software we'll be talking about. Um, uh, this in this video, I'll be using the QuickBooks as an example, and other uh, accounting softwares that we have are similar. But for the purpose of this video, I'll be using QuickBooks Enterprise Solution Accountants version 2018, so that we can have an idea of what it looks like and how it works, and also the benefits that we can derive in these things in our business. But I'm going to make the video very short. Just sit back, watch and pay attention to what I'm about to do. What you are seeing on your screen right now is what you see when you launch the software. I clicked at a button right here, which you can see. This is the logo of the QuickBooks on my system. By the time we install it for you, you're going to have something like this on your system. Another one is the Peachtree, and that's what you can see right here. So they function basically the same way. You are going to also see this is the type of window you also see, even if it's the Peachtree that you have purchased. Be that as it may, when you get to this window, you are seeing this window because we have a lot of more than one companies that are already here. This is our own company. If I pick this one, it's going to switch to our own company, and it will ask me for the login, so that you can see, so that I can log in into SiteCoder communication accounting system. Okay, but that is not what we're going to use for this purpose. I want to pick a sample, and I'll be using a distribution business system, so that for those of us who have stock, who do buy and sell business, can see how it works, like people like the pharmacy, spare part dealers, the furniture showroom, any business at all, if the supermarket and so on, that deals with customers on a daily basis. They have goods in their store and in the shop, and they have customers just walking, buy stuff off the shelf. They only sometimes sell to a few customers that they want to keep records of. All right, so let's jump right in. I have selected this. I could have selected this. This is our company I selected earlier. These are other samples. So I'm picking this one, as you can see, and I say open. Just a few seconds, and then we'll be there. Okay, yeah, great. It's telling us it's a sample company, so it is we can't use the reports, for real life stuff. Okay, but it actually shows us exactly how the real life works. If you set up your own company in this fashion, you are going to see your reports also in this fashion. It's as simple as that. Okay, when you log in, this is the kind of window you see. This is what your dashboard looks like. Okay, this is what your dashboard looks like, and as you can see, we have 5 sections right here. At the center here, you can see the vendors section. This rectangle here is the vendors section, and vendors are suppliers. So those who supply your company goods that you are selling, this is where you keep their records, and this is where you keep the transactions going. And then the second part is your customers. You have, and this is this box, as you can see. This is where you keep your customer records. You issue them invoices, you receive their payments and all of that. Okay, all this has to do with customers. This section also has to do with your employees, where you can keep your payroll records, and this site gives you some items concerning your company, like the chart of account. Your chart of account, for those of us who don't know what that means, chart of account is the list of all your ledger accounts. But for those of us who have some accounting background, it's easy to understand. We'll be seeing what all means in a short while. This is your inventory. When we say inventory, we talk about stock. Those items you have in-house, it is actually kept here. This is used for the activities, their movement, and so on. But this is where the stock is actually being recorded. Okay, so that is what all this is about. All right. This to your schedule activities and so on. Then banking. This is where your banking records are also kept, and then you can monitor deposits. What this, you can see this alert that is here that says 2. It simply means we have received 2 payments that have not been taken to the bank. That's what it's saying. So the moment you log in and you see this, then you want to look, ask your staff questions why they have money in the office that has not gone to the bank, you know, depending on how you operate. Okay, not to take your time so much, this left also menu lists, and you can see the home, which is where we are. My company, that's an overview of your company details. You can see the company details and addresses and all of that. Okay, then this is your income tracker. This is your income tracker. Okay, it tells you how many estimates you are making. Estimates are quotations. So this is the value of quotations you have out there that has not turned into an order. These ones are the orders you already have, you know, in place, that you are trying to fulfill, as it were. This has to do with your expenses, you know, all the expenses in the office. This is where it is. And then this is your unpaid invoices, the invoices that are open. So these are monies you are expecting to come in. You can see these are the jobs you are doing. This is the money that is outstanding, so you have received some of the money of this place. That's what it means. Overdue, which means those that have gone beyond 90 days that are here, and then those payments that came in within the last 30 days. So you can really, this gives you an idea of how your cash is moving. Then you look at your bill tracker. That will talk about from vendors. These are purchase orders you have sent out to vendors. So these are supplies they've given to you, and this is the part of it that is unpaid. So you've paid part of it, and these are the ones that are unpaid. You are not owing anybody for over 90 days, and then you have not also paid anybody recently. All right, so that's what all these ones are all about. You can see them even up to the calendar, the snapshots. The snapshots is your company overview, and you can set it the way you want. Those reports you want to see quickly, you know, here they are. Look at your income and expense trend. Okay, your expense is the red, and then your income is the green. So you can really see, like somewhere in August here, you really didn't do very well because your income and your expenses are just at par. All right, so that's the kind of thing you see. Reports, these are charts that you can look at very, very quickly. Okay, your customers, your customer list, your vendors, your employees, you know, and all of that. Okay, so you see your employees and see their details and everything. All right, so that's what all these places is about. All right, so let's go back to home and look at some other stuff, so you can see where the operations really take place. Let me show you what the chart of accounts look like. I can access it from here, and I can also access it from here. So let me just go from here anyway. This is your chart of account. So these are your account name. This is the company checking account. This one is what we would normally call the current account. So you can have Diamond Bank, so branch here, because you may have more than one account. So put their names. This is a savings account that you have. This is a current account, and then payroll clearing. It means it's an account which you keep money to pay salaries and all of that, depending on how you operate your company. This is your petty cash, account receivable, blah 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 blah. So you can see their categories. Those that fall into the bank. Bank is the same thing as cash, account receivable, other current assets, fixed assets, and all of that. So this is a list of your accounts, and look at your expenses accounts. So these are your ledger accounts. Okay, so that is your chart of accounts is what guides you into where you post transactions, which account you want to debit, which account you want to credit. So those are the things we set up for you when we come, because somebody it's only somebody who has knowledge of accounting that can set it up, because if you look at it, you see that it gives you the account type. So, and this is what also organizes your balance sheet and your P&L and your other reports. So if you don't know what should be where, it's not something you want to dabble into. This goes for an accounting professional. Okay, it's one thing to be able to install the software, it's another thing to be able to set it up to function the way it should. All right, be that as it may, I've shown you what that looks like, and then I'll just go ahead and show you what the reports also look like, okay, for this purpose, so that you see what you want to achieve at the end of the day. Okay, so you come into reports, and you may want to look at financial. Let's look at what your P&L looks like. Excuse me. You can see this is a P&L, and then at the end of the day, it tells you what your net income is. Okay. After giving you the gross, you see these are your revenue, total income, the cost of goods sold. It will remove how much you bought all those goods, some expenses you made, which form costs of goods sold. They are here. So your gross profit at the end of the day is this. Okay, and then expenses begins to come in, and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, you arrive at a net income. So you see how your business is doing every day. You know your income level every day. You know your profits every day. So this helps you to adjust things. If you are spending so much on what you shouldn't be spending on, you can see it straight out from here, because it shows up in your expenses, and then you want to look at it properly. Okay, and you can reset the dates over here, the period, the specific period you want to look at. You can select your date. This one just says this month to date. Excuse me, this month to date, and look at it. That's December 1 to 15, 2022. That kind of thing. All right, so I shut down that report. Let's look at another report, which will be the balance sheet. The balance sheet also for the same period as at 15 December. You can see your balance sheet also tells you how you are doing this balance sheet. So if you need us to show you how to interpret it, all those things we show you when we come. You can see your net income showing over there. All right, and you see where the other monies are, where your assets are, which liabilities you're having, and all of that. You can see them straight from this report. Again, you want to look at sales now. Look at sales. Your sales report can give you in several ways. You want to look at sales by customer, or sales by item, or sales by sales rep. You want to know which rep is selling and all of that. So for instance, sales by customer gives you the names of the customer, what they have bought, and how much they have spent with you. This one only has one item here. This Ken Lighting Warehouse, they only bought an item from you, and that is valued at this. And then look at the 10 commercial contractors, they bought 2 items, and then this is also one item, because this is summary. It's also one item they bought. I want to look at anyone that will have gotten more than one item here. Not really. So they've all done one item each. So at a glance, you can see which customer is spending more with you. So you know how to treat them, and maybe you want to give them awards and so on. Who has spent more money with us this year? This report tells you all of that. Or which customer has bought more goods, because somebody will, it might not be the one who has spent the highest in amount, but it could have been the one who have made the most purchases. He comes all the time to buy item and item multiple times, and somebody may just come 2 times and buy very huge items. So these are so many things you want to look at in a business. Okay. Again, we are still going to look at sales by item. Okay. When you look at sales by item, you look at each item, look at them, and you see the quantity that has been sold of that item, and then you look at the amount that item has brought in to your business. Okay, so you can know from this place which item is actually doing well. You can see their percentage of the total sales. Okay, this one has done 1.3%, this one has done 8.6%, and all of that, and you see your 100% at the bottom. This is the total value, so you can easily know which item is selling more. Okay, I think basically these are the most important reports for now. Of course, every business will have different things they want to look at and how they want to look at it, and that's when we get to do the job, that we get to deal with all of that. But on the whole, I've just shown you what it's like. Let me show you what your inventory looks like before we shut down. We have looked at the chart of accounts. We now want to look at the inventory. This is it. This is it. So these are the items you have in your store, you know, and then these are the values, okay, the quantities here, right? These are the quantities, and these are their prices. Okay, these are their prices listed here, so you can see what you have at a go. You can see what you have at a go. Okay, so for now I'll leave this video here so that it doesn't get too long, and I hope this has given you an overview of what this software can do for you. And this is where I'm going to shut down. I'll exit it, and then that tutorial is done.